What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. So pretty much in today's video, I just want to give you guys a very quick video, very quick breakdown video on how the VIP group and I have secured over 500 plus pip trading gold on the past 2 trading days. So as you guys can see, today it is Tuesday. We still have 3 more trading days to go. I'm thinking of probably calling it a week since I already made my weekly percentage goal, and there's really no point to overtrade once you already made your monthly or weekly gold percentage, right? So I'm gonna show you guys right now the VIP group. So this is the gold VIP group. So earlier today, around 2:25, which was like 2 hours ago, I did call out a buy signal, which was is over here. I'm gonna explain to you guys in a bit on why I entered this buy. But yeah, so far we have secured 40 pips. Our stop loss are break even, so we're just letting the runner runs. Earlier today we did have a sell limit which got activated, hit 60 pips. Over here, this trade ran for like a 101.5 risk to reward. Now the biggest trade that I have taken this week was these 2 trades over here. So both of these trades was called out last night. As you guys can see, we did secured a 103 risk to reward with this trade, which was 180 pips. And then the second trade, we did secure another 103 risk to reward, another 150 plus pip trade. And then earlier this week, this was on Sunday actually, or Sunday London session, this was a trade that we caught. We did secured over 90 pip. So this trade is the same exact trade as this one. I'm just explaining to you guys why I did re-enter. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for this week so far. This is over here, over 500 plus pips. And then it's not counting the same exact pip from last week, which last week we also killed it as well. So currently in the VIP group, with every single VIP group, as you guys can see, we also have an indice group. Earlier today, we did secure 220 points with US 30. Another way to say it is 2,200 pips. We did secure 30 points or 300 pip with the SPX 500, right? In all of these trades that I sent you guys over here, or I sent in the VIP group, I give you guys a breakdown video every single other day. Every single day, right? My bad. Every single day I do send it out in the free Telegram group. So if you guys are not in the free Telegram group, I'm going to be leaving the link down below. So you guys can definitely join, right? Because I do send a lot of analysis every single day on whether I'm either buying the market or selling the market, right? So let's stop the talking and let's get right into the video. Alright, so let's get right into this video. So anytime that I'm working or analyzing the market, it can either be the Forex market, the crypto, indice, stock market, whatever market it is, right? I'm always working from the higher time frame and breaking it down to the lower time frame. So I usually start looking at the market from the weekly time frame, daily time frame, and then working myself all the way down into the 1 hour time frame. And then from the 30 to the 5 minute time frame is where I do look for my entry. So again, in this video, I'm just going to give you guys a very quick breakdown video on how we caught over 500 plus pips in the past 2 trading days, right? So pretty much I had this setup actually planned since Saturday. So this was so I'm gonna be explaining to you guys the weekly time frame first. So if we're looking at the weekly time frame, right, notice on how last week candle, right, we started breaking under this weekly or this previous weekly support level or the higher low, and then we also came back down into these levels over here, which I'm going to explain to you guys right now in the lower time frame. But we also did come down into this level over here, we can say around the 1955 area, where price did reject this area and maintain above, but we did maintain under these candles over here, or this weekly previous body candles over here, which is around the 1980 areas, right? So we did have a very strong bearish engulfing candle breaking under this previous higher low, which price, from this point over here, this is where price is now switching structure for no longer creating higher highs and higher lows to now creating these lower lows, possibly creating even lower highs and continue its bearish market, right? Now if we go down into the daily time frame, right, I do have it marked up over here. So if we go into the daily time frame, right, this was the level that last week we did have a strong drop down into the 1955, which is the daily / the weekly support zone or the demand zone, right? So from here on Friday, which was last week, we did see that price did reject this area, and then price started pushing back to the upside, coming back into my other area of interest, which is the 1980. Again, the 1980 was this weekly body candles over here, which price did manage to maintain and break under, right? So very simple. If you guys look at the daily time frame market structure or price action overall, you guys can see that the market have a switch of direction, right? So over here we were creating these higher highs and higher lows, and then from here we did form a high point and then now breaking to a downside, creating these lower lows, potential lower high, and maybe continue even bearish if these areas are continuing to hold, right? Now So on the daily time frame, market condition is bearish. We're not having a pullback into the 1980 area, right? So we go back down into the 4 hour time frame. So on Friday of last week, which was, I believe it was the 19th. Let me check what day it was. Be right back. Was the 19th. So as you guys can see, this was the Friday the 19th. And then over here, this was actually some trade that we took last week. As you guys can see, this was a 200 pip trade, a 1-3, and then this trade over here was a 1-4. Like, I'm actually not even lying to you guys. Like, we're literally absolutely killing the market. I'm literally in a 6-week winning streak right now, about to go into my 7th week winning streak, if I do call it a week this week, which most likely I am. But anyway, let's get into this video very quick. So as you guys can see, price did come back down into this demand zone, which is 1955, or my support zone. Price did manage to reject and maintain above this area, which we did take this buy position since price was rejecting, right? Obviously, my idea for this entire trade was for price to form a lower high, since we were having a very strong push to the downside and there was still no lower high confirmation. Because again, whenever the market is either creating higher highs, we obviously need higher lows to form, to confirm that price has possibility of going higher, right, to form the new higher high. And then in this case, we are creating lower lows and lower high. So I was waiting for the next lower high to give me a more confirmation that price has obviously more high probability of going short than longs, right? So in this case, I was waiting for price to pull back into the 1980 area, or probably break under the 1955 to give me a clean break and retest setup to continue the sell movement, right? Now, from here, we did take this trade on Friday. Price pulled back into here, and we did close under the 1980 area, or the 1980 weekly / daily support zone, right? So price has pulled back into this area. Now, my idea for price to continue bullish, right, was this. So for me to continue bullish, right, I needed to see price to break above the 1980 area. If we did have a clean break above the 1980 area and price did pull back and maintain above the 1980 area, then this will be another area where I'll be interested in buying the market, right, to continue this bullish push to the upside, to then target back into the 1993, which is this resistance level over here. If the 1993 starts breaking above, then this is my second idea trade. Well, my second idea target, which will be around the 2003 areas, right? But check this out. During the Sunday market open, right, during the London session during Sunday, right, I did see that price was pretty much hanging around this areas over here, and I did see that price kept rejecting this area, right? So I did come down into the 15 minutes time frame, and basically what I was just waiting for was for price to obviously either reject or either break above, to either look for sells or buy position, right? So very simple, right? Like this is literally you really don't need to be a scientist to understand these things. This is actually very, very simple, right? So basically what I just waited for was for price to either maintain under, give me either a bearish confirmation, which it can be a bearish candle or a bearish pattern, to enter a sell position, right? So I did see that price kept rejecting this area, and I did see that we did have a very strong 15-minute bearish engulfing candle breaking under my area of interest and maintaining under the 1980 area. So basically what I waited for was a minor pullback, which was a pullback off the 5-minute time frame. So let me show you guys right now. Let me just go back into these areas. I don't know why my computer is lagging, but let me try to get this fixed. Alright, I'm back. My apology, guys. Was fixing this lag over here. We got this fixed. Now, we were talking over here, right? So price was pretty much just rejecting the 1980 area, right? Notice how price was not having, enough power, we can say, or enough volume to break above these areas, right? So price just kept rejecting the 1980 area, and then price finally maintained under the 1980 area. So once price was around the 1978 area, I waited for another pullback into the 1980, and if price could maintain under these areas, that would have been my entry signal, right? So boom, as you guys can see, we did reject. I did enter right here. We did have a very strong bearish engulfing candle, which price did manage to break under, and we did secure a nice 101.4 risk to reward, or 90 pip trade with this trade over here. Now, during the London session, let's say around almost pre-New York session, this happened around the 5 a.m. in the morning, right? Let me just reset this chart over here. All right, so during 5 a.m. in the morning, right, I did see that price took us out at break even. Obviously, you do secure partial, you do have runners, but during the 5 a.m., almost pre-New York session, price literally took us out at break even. So pretty much what I waited for, right, because I did see price having more possibility of going bearish than bullish, due to the fact that obviously on the higher time frame where the market condition is bearish, right? So pretty much, once we got taken out of break even, I waited for, again, is price going to reject the 1980 to continue the sales, or is price finally going to break above this area to continue the buy position to then target these areas over here, right? But then notice over here during the 6:30 a.m. candle, right? Over here we did see that price just kept rejecting, and then we re-enter again off the 6:30 a.m. candle, which we did have a 30-minute bearish engulfing candle. If we go off the 15 minutes time frame, we also had that 15-minute bearish engulfing candle under the 1980 area, which this was my entry signals over here, and we did secure a very nice 1-3 risk to reward, also 180 pip trade with gold, right? Now my second entry was this entry over here, which I did called out during the Asian session, right? So I did call this out. Let me show you guys right now. So this session I did called it out. Let me see if I find it over here. All right, so this was, all right, so I did call this out during the Asian session, which was 8:48, right? So I did call this sell entry over here, which was the second entry. Now basically this entry was very simple. It's obviously continuing the bearish movement, right? So over here, since price broke under this area of support over here, obviously I waited for a pullback, right? So very simple, right? To add another entry, you guys just simply need to go along with the trend, right? So in this case, we're going along with the bearish trend. So we saw that price broke under these areas, right? We saw that price was just kept rejecting this area, right? During the New York session, price just kept rejecting this area, and then during the Asian session we finally had a break under these areas, which obviously I waited for the pullback, which was this bullish candle over here. Price didn't maintain under, and then off the 30-minute time frame, the 30-minute time frame, we did open a bearish engulfing candle, which was this entry over here, and then boom, we did secure another 150 pip trade, also a 1-3 risk to reward, right? So very, very simple, guys, right? The way that I trade is very simple, right? You guys really don't need to know so much thing in trading. It's just simply going along with the trend. If the market is going bullish, simply wait for the higher low to enter a buy position. In this case, we're going bearish, right? So I'm just simply waiting for the lower highs. Obviously you guys gotta wait for rejection confirmation to continue the sells, right, or the buys, whichever case you guys are in. But in this case, we did break under the support level. Obviously I waited for the pullback, rejection, and then price gave me the confirmation over here. We entered this sell, and then boom, there you go, we did secure two 1-3 risk to reward trade, one 150 and then the other one 180 plus pips, right? So very simple trade that we caught this during the London session last night. And then I did give you guys, or I did give the VIP group where I was keep looking for more interested, or what area I was interested to continue the sales, right? So again, notice how price has pulled back into this demand zone over here, which is the 1955, or the support zone that is 1955, right? So again, we did reject these areas over here, and then during, this was a sell limit that I called out. I was pretty much sleeping, I was about to wake up during that time. But yeah, this happened when I was sleeping, and then I woke up and I saw the price was over 60 plus pips. So I did obviously secure partial, move my stop loss at break even, and then I started trading the US 30 or the indices, due to the fact that I trade indices during the 9:30 in the morning, right? So, or the opening bell, we can say, right? But again, this happened during 9 o'clock. We finally did secure over 60 pip. I moved my stop loss, I break even, and then boom, we broke above these areas over here, which I'm going to explain to you guys in a bit, right? But again, notice how price has rejected this 1955 areas over here. For us to continue the good sales, or the high probability sales, we need to see price break under the 1955, give me a clean break and retest setup to then target back down into these lows over here, which these lows are actually previous weekly candle wicks. So if we do break under the 1955 area, this will be my first target, which will be around the 1945. Then my second target will be back at the 1936 if price does manage to completely break under the 1955 areas, right? But notice how we did reject the 1955 areas, and then price started pushing back into the upside. And then simply this setup that we did take this morning or this afternoon with this gold buy over here, it was just simply a break and retest above this area of resistance slash support from the past, right? So again, notice how in the intraday time frame, or the lower time frame, price did reject the 1955, and then we started creating these higher highs and higher low structure. So we're no longer in this bear structures over here, and we're now creating these higher highs and higher low structure. So basically, we did wait for the pullback, which was this candle over here. Price broke above, we got the pullback over here. Price did maintain above the 1972 areas. We did called a buy position right over here, and then boom, as you guys can see, we did secure 40 pips, and now we do have our stop loss at break even, right? So there you go, guys. That is the very quick breakdown video on how the VIP group and I have secured over 500 plus pip this week so far. And it's just Tuesday, guys, right? It's literally just Tuesday, and I might just call it a week since we already made our profit for the entire week, plus the US 30 trades that we also called out this morning, right? So this US 30 trade, which is over here, I'm going to show you guys right now. So every single US 30 trade that I take, I actually give you guys the breakdown in the free VIP group, which I did explain to you guys earlier, right? Literally every single Sunday, every single day, I do send you guys a breakdown video on US 30, the Nasdaq, or the SPX 500, in general, the indice group, on where I'm looking to buy or where I'm looking to sell the market, right? So I do recommend you guys to actually join the free Telegram group so you guys can enter, any trades that I do enter. But yeah, so this was pretty much the trade that we took this morning. Why is my stop loss all the way above here? Stop loss was like around 7, it was like 70 points or 60 points actually. So yeah, this was a trade that we took, a 1 to 3 risk to reward. This was over 220 points. This was a trade that we took yesterday morning, which was around almost 200 points. We did secure 180 points, and then this was over 600 or 60 points actually, and then this was the trade from last week. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I hope you guys learned something, and I see you guys. Okay, so for some reason the software that I used to record literally just ended the video for no reason. But the good thing is that the video did save, so we don't have to record the video all over again. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. I really hope that you guys did learn something. I'm going to be posting more videos for you guys in here, more breakdown video and a more educational video for you guys to obviously learn on how to trade the Forex market. And again, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out, everyone.